Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance on YouTube. So, a few things. Uh, Once again, you could follow me on IG and, some of the stories that I post. I show some of my cards there. And yeah, but before I get into this IG thing, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to have Ryan McClanahan. He is he does YouTube videos through history through cards, and he comments on all sorts of channels. And I really like his information. It's one of the underrated channels. I think it's history through cards. And yeah, definitely check us out on Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central. And he, I think, is one of the most well versed guys in terms of sports cards and a historian in regards to sports cards. So that's why I want to have him on. So make sure to subscribe to his channel, History Through Cards. I believe that's what it is. Okay, so yeah, going back to IG. So yeah, I was posting like all these stories on IG, some of my cards. And what I do on social media, I try to find contrary indicators. I try to see, okay, you know, are all these guys on one side of the boat? Obviously, you just don't want to use that as an indicator. But, when I'm trying to make a speculative decision, I want to see sentiment. I'm really big on sentiment and what people are thinking. And out of the blue, and there are some other sentiment indicators that I saw, that I post on IG. But one of them was actually Vegas Dave. Just came out of nowhere. I think he shut down his IG account, 100 days ago or something like that. And then he's back. And he had some of the posts. It says, "The GOAT's back," referring to himself. And also, he says, "Economic collapse is on the horizon." And the thing is, in regards to, all assets, I'm not telling you to buy any particular asset. I just tell you, what I'm thinking. When I see a lot of negativity out there, this is interesting for me to say it. When I see all this negativity out there all at once, this gets me going. And me being a contrarian, do I want to bet against these guys? Because when there's extreme negative sentiment, and some indicators may say that, hey, it is totally one side of the boat is really negative, and then some other indicators say no, it's not. Historically, there have been other indicators. Whatever it is, I'm just looking at it where a whole lot of people are negative. Influences are negative. The media is negative about buying in as of this moment. And Vegas Dave said economic collapse is on the horizon. And he says that Bitcoin's going to what? Did he say like 8,000? I don't know what he said. Like, it's much lower than the levels where we're at right now. And he didn't mention anything about sports cars, which I found quite interesting. Thing about Vegas Dave, he calls himself the GOAT. Whenever someone calls himself the GOAT, I get very suspicious. It's like when LeBron James calls himself the King, or, Vegas Dave, there's bios, with the GOAT logo in her Twitter feed like over a year ago. I get very suspicious because I always, think that, if the individual is the GOAT, someone like MJ or Brady, they usually are a little more humble. I mean, yeah, Jordan's a jerk. We know that for sure. Tom Brady probably is very difficult to work with because he's a perfectionist. But over the years, yeah, vast majority of Brady's career, yeah, he trash talk. But, in the public eye, he I've never seen him call himself the greatest of all time. Now, he may act cocky at times. I get it. Uh, but, someone like MJ, on the other hand, does. I remember in some podcast that he is doing that he had a lot of respect for the elders of the game. For instance, he said that, you know, each generation, has its, top players and we should respect them. He was talking a lot about Jerry West. And I think the question of the GOAT came up. And then he said that, hey, there were different eras. Wilt played in a different era, Jerry West. And then I played in a different era. So, you just can't say that who was the greatest of all time. Something like that. So there was a humility with Jordan. So I respected that, even though at times some of the tactics he used, you know, but the Bulls, it helped them win. When he used it against Kwame Brown, then I don't think that was right of what he did to him. But that was a way long time ago. But regardless, going back to Vegas Dave. So he's saying he expects more bearishness, and he's saying that asset price is going to go 90% down, and that's the time to buy. I don't disagree with some of the things that he's saying. It's just a timeline. But I see what? He's saying that some of these stocks are going to go to $3 a share, and housing prices are going to collapse 90%. I don't think it's going to collapse 90%. It didn't collapse 90% during the 2008 crash. But there probably will be deals. There's no doubt about that. But he mentioned nothing about sports cards. And I'm just looking at it from, okay, you call yourself the GOAT, but you put what? He's saying $1 million in Derek Carr cards. And I'm just looking at Derek Carr, a guy with the Wonderlic score of 21. I always like quarterbacks with higher Wonderlic scores, basically higher IQs. I've talked about this many times. And the fact you put in $1 million in Derek Carr, rather than the GOAT, Tom Brady, if you put $1 million there when he was buying, he still probably would have made money. You probably made a lot of money with Tom Brady. But I don't know. I'm a little iffy about him. Yeah, he's made some good plays in the past. Obviously, the Trout card. Obviously, some of his picks in the World Series. But then there are people that scrutinize some of the things that he's done with the betting, because they're alleging that he bet on, different teams. And he just got the payout from the Royals in 2015. Regardless, Vegas Dave is back. I just find it quite ironic when everything's crashing. He's saying that economic collapse. Some people may have said, hey, look, he has been talking bearish for quite some times. So, he just wants to say, hey, I called it. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Any of you guys follow him more intensely than I do? Or not intensely, but have followed him more? Like, any information on, is he BSing? Is he trying to hype up some of the predictions that he made? Because I remember a while back, he was talking about, hey, I'm buying this crypto in the 30,000 range as long as it doesn't break below, I'm bullish. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I was right on the crash. So I'm just quite interested in, if someone has followed him intensely, make sure to comment down below about this. I have always been suspicious of him, despite him making some good calls in the past. Some good calls. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about all this. Oh, yeah, and the other thing is that, him coming back, he had that viral video ripping up the Michael Jordan card at the top. I'm just wondering, hey, he made this huge appearance now. Is this, a short-term bounce for sports cards? Now, I'm looking at some of these Brady cards, some Jeter cards, and I may do a video on this. You know, it seems to be a floor for some of these cards. But once again, I'll do a deeper dive into that in a future video. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about all this. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.